Oh, hello there. So I've been seeing a lot of people on the internet talking about Infinity War and Thanos and how apparently they think his plan doesn't make any sense. Well, that's stupid. So I'm just gonna go into that. Defending a genocidal maniac. This ought to be fun. Alright, I gotta get rid of this. That joke didn't last as long as I was expecting. But man, rubber just smells freaking terrible. So I've seen a lot of people on the internet asking stuff like, if the Infinity Stones are so powerful, why didn't Thanos make more resources? Why didn't he just make people smaller? Why didn't he change the birth rates? We don't ever actually see the Infinity Stones creating or destroying matter. The closest they ever get to creating or destroying matter is just showing us an alternate reality of an event. Basically an illusion. When Thanos did do the snap, everyone didn't just pop out of existence. They kind of turned to ash and faded away. I love the question, why didn't he make everyone just half as big? That's pretty funny to me. But the answer for that is the same as the first one. The birth rate question can be answered if you look at his motivations. Some people seem to think that Thanos' plan doesn't make any sense. But I think it does if you understand his perspective. I think it makes him the best MCU villain so far. He is genocidal, and what he wants to accomplish is evil by everyone else's standards. But from his perspective, he is completely justified. Thanos has seen time and time again that when life and societies are left to grow unchecked, they delve into war and chaos and all sorts of other bad stuff. From Thanos' perspective, what he is doing is less genocidal and more akin to pruning a plant in your garden. If you're familiar with gardening, you know that sometimes in order for a plant to grow bigger, you kind of have to do a little snipping. Cutting off some leaves, some branches here and there. Helps keep the plant healthy in the long run. What Thanos is doing is he's not taking the life in the universe and bringing it more in line with the available resources, but he's rather cutting it down and making it so it can better use those resources. Imagine for a moment if humanity in the real world, right now, just lost half of our population, just like that. Like there's no bodies, there's no crazy genocidal mania. Well, okay, there is one. It wouldn't stop us. Humanity would still continue on its path of technological and cultural development. A bit slower, but we'd still continue. But everything we do after that point will be tempered by the event of losing half of our population. I can think of very few other hypotheticals that would bring together all the people of this world, all of the bickering nations, all the different political and religious beliefs. What else could happen that could bring them all together like this? He's got a point. The shock of losing 50% of the world's population would bring together communities to grieve and survive. Clearly, we do not accept his solution. We are not plants, but he is known as the Mad Titan. Somehow he's become detached from everybody, and he does view everything like plants. We aren't plants, obviously. Even the plants in the MCU are sentient, I think. Is Groot a sentient tree, or is he a tree-looking alien? They never really explain his origins. Anyway, somehow Thanos has come to see himself as above the rest of us, as above the rest of all life. Somehow he thinks that he is the arbiter of the universe's socio-political problem. Now we, the viewers, and all of the MCU heroes reject his outlook, but it is his perspective. And from his perspective, he is acting in the best interests of the universe. Now compare Thanos to all of the other MCU villains. Thanos is the only one not acting out of self-interest. He's the only one not in it for the sake of being evil or for the sake of money or power. He's doing what he genuinely believes is the right thing. He had one concrete goal that did not personally benefit him, and once he had achieved it, he stopped. He stopped his warpath. He also had a respect for mostly all of the other characters. It was never personal with him. There's another thing I've seen on the internet where some people say they're not sure whether or not Thanos was going to kill this person. But I think if you look at the characters that he did kill and why he killed them, you will see a consistent pattern. It's obvious he had a deep respect for Tony Stark. Basically spelled it out for everyone. He really only starts to try to kill Tony Stark after he realizes he can't reach the time stone because Strange has hidden it wherever. It's fair to say he probably thought Strange might have given it up for that. And everyone else in the movie did. Anyway, when Thanos first meets Hulk, he's eager to fight him, but he doesn't kill him, and he doesn't kick him when he's down either. And he only hurts Thor to get to the Tesseract, which he knows Loki has, because of course Loki would, that little son of a bitch. And he killed Loki because Loki had it coming. When the Guardians meet him, he did say that he liked Star-Lord, and who wouldn't like Chris Pratt? Mwah! He could have very easily killed Mantis and Drax, but he didn't. He only temporarily disabled them. Even at the very end, when Captain America steps up to fight him, he humors him. You can tell by the expression on Thanos' face that he looks pretty bemused at Cap. He's torn up half the universe already on his warpath, and here's this guy just running up to punch him. As for the people he did kill, there is a pattern to it. He clearly didn't like Loki, but Loki kind of earned that. Heimdall's death was brutal, but he did make things a whole lot harder for Thanos by sending Bruce Banner back to warn everybody on Earth. Thanos really gave it to Vision. But that's okay, because no one likes Vision. Because Vision is a robot and not really alive. And that is why Thanos did nothing wrong. I am not saying that genocide is okay.
Genocide is okay.
Okay, don't take that too literally. Another little thing is I've seen some people saying that this movie kind of ruined the end of Thor Ragnarok. But I don't think it did. Not completely. At some point, Thor says, "He's killed half my people." Something like that. A funny little thing about that is at the end of Thor Ragnarok, we see this lineup of characters just standing all together on the ship. What do you know? We only see half of these characters in Infinity War. That's a nice coincidence, isn't it? I'm a little upset that they got rid of Eye Patch Thor. That was pretty cool. Maybe in the next movie he'll get it ripped out again. I would like that.